I didn't want to do it. Hell, I didn't even want them to do it. But I couldn't stop them even if I tried. That's just the way things happen in Milwaukee. Man, I remember that summer like if the mosquito bites were still fresh on my arm. 1994. The summer was just as hot as it was cold during the winter, and Common Sense had just dropped the Resurrection album. I had just failed freshman year of high school, right? And that's when Common Sense was still Common Sense. But that was also the summer of my first blunt, and my first peanut butter and banana combination. No coordination for sure. Well, it was about that time that I started chilling with the Spanish Cobras, this local gang from down the block. But as we saw it, our local father figures. They were cool, you know, they gave me responsibility, let me chill with them, and in return, all they demanded was loyalty. On one hot-ass July summer day, we saw this king robbing up on one of the folks named Peachy. I mean, Peachy was one of the foot soldiers, you know, selling rocks on the corner. Well, not only was that a major sign of disrespect, but it also dipped into the financial stability of the gang. I mean, word spread that we were looking for this punk, and we found who it was through one of the hypes. They were like bridge trolls who saw everything. They said it was this cat named Bootstamp. Bootstamp? Nah, man, not Bootstamp. Man, Bootstamp was this cat that I grew up with. A real cool fucker, man. I mean, when we first met this cat in 3rd grade, as a matter of fact, the way that we met was that he dared me to steal a bag of chips. And so I double dared him back. And of course, you know, without hesitation, Bootstamp came by and he swooped the bag of chips from the lunch counter. Well, he got sent to the office and got caught, of course. And me, well, I got sent as accomplice. Right? After that, we started chilling. I mean, we always started getting into shit. As a matter of fact, his mom and mine became friends after beating up so much to pick us up from the principal's office. I mean, it was cool, you know. We spent nights together, birthdays, you know, spent chill at camps, and so, matter of fact, we even gave Bootstamp his first name. One day, Bootstamp, you know, first is Ricky, he tries to buy a Diggable Planet CD from Coconuts with a book of Bootstamps. So as his name, you know, we call that cat Bootstamp, you know? Always trying to buy shit with a book of Bootstamps. That was our boy, man. He was love. When we hit high school, though, we drifted apart, as most people do. He bounced around a lot, and he started chilling with these kings. And if you know anything about Chicago gangs, you know, kings and cobras, man, that shit don't mix like acids and bases. So we couldn't be friends because of our affiliation. It was clear what we had to do. Old school friend or not, he had to be dealt with. So we got one of the lady cobras to seduce him back into our territory. Shit, if he would come to our hood to rob somebody, it'll come for some pussy, right? So we looked at it. We knew which train he'd been on. So when he got off, he said something was wrong. I mean, this cat was a real slick cat, man. Nothing could hide this cat, man. So we were hiding behind bushes and trees and alleys, and he sensed us coming. He felt it, like a sixth sense that a motherfucker gets after so many years of being in the same system. He sensed it, man. And so he took off to run. Well, we spotted him, and he dipped into the alley. We ran almost in unison, right after him like a pack of fucking wolves swarming him. I mean, we didn't even let him turn around once he cut into the dead-end alley right by J.J. Peppers. As a matter of fact, Chewy and Wacko, they were the first ones to take him and push him right up against the garage door. Then they kicked him, and then he fell to the floor, disappearing behind a bloody kneecap. Kicking him, stopping him, people spitting on him. So I run to the top. I don't give a fuck if this guy is my friend or not, man. He robbed from somebody that's part of my affiliation, and now it's my turn to get him. So when I run up there, and I see him on the floor, all bloody and fucked up, and I go to fucking smash his face, I freeze. I freeze. Who's that? Bloody and shit, man. I'm talking about blood was pouring every part of his face. This cat I went to school with, man. This cat I stole a bag of chips with. Now this is the crazy part. This is the real fucked up part. That as he's there, laying down, bleeding and shit, man, one eye swollen fucking shut, the other eye is looking at me, kicking him, screaming and shit. Everybody he's just one eye looking at me. And I freeze. I take a kick to the side, right? And then we heard sirens and shit coming, and dogs were barking and everything like that. And we all disappeared. We all took off, man. And I remember just as I was running back, I looked back behind me, I could see that one fucking haunting eye, like if it was Edgar Allan Poe's telltale heart, just looking at me. Time passed, man. I took off. I went to school, right? Food stamps stayed in the same system. Matter of fact, he went to jail that day, even after we booked his ass, because they found a bag of coke on him. And stuck in the same system. Well, eventually I moved back to the hood. I went back to maybe right some of the same wrongs that I was faced with. And I still see him, you know? With his one eye patch over that one fucked up eye, and that other eye still looking at me. Not out of confusion, not out of pity, but that one eye looking at me out of understanding. I know you did what you had to do. I would have done the same as what that eye said to me.